Good morning, everyone. In less than 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes, it's time to check out of the Ibis City South Hotel in Budapest and make my way to the airport. My flight is not till around 6 p.m., so yes, that's 7.75 hours to go. But as you know, you're advised for international flights to arrive at least 2 to 3 hours beforehand. So that's 3 p.m. So anyway, if I make any more videos, which is probably likely, between here and the airport, maybe even at the airport. But the reason for this video before I leave the comfort of the hotel room is, since I did a report card or review of this hotel, I from memory didn't do one for the hotel I stayed at in London during my first leg of the journey. I don't think of the name now. Holiday Inn Express, that's right, in Greenwich. Not Greenwich, Greenwich. So thought I'd quickly do that now. Because I'm not making a YouTube short, I still haven't quite worked out how to put a lot of text onto videos that are longer than a minute, as YouTube shorts are just a maximum of a minute, and I know how to add text onto the screen. But in this case, I'll just we'll go through the downs first and end off on some highs. So not really a down, but if you're not fussed about not being in the center of London town, downtown London, then that hotel is for you. The key reason, or the only reason why I chose it, is because I wanted to be in walking distance of the O2 Arena. When I saw OMD there, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, supported by Howard Jones. According to Google Maps, although I couldn't see it, sorry, I paused to get a sip of drink there. What was I saying? According to Google Maps, there is a hotel pretty much at the doorstep of O2 Arena, but I couldn't see it when I frequented the O2 Arena. They've also got lots of retail and food outlets aside from the arena itself. You know, being a hotel, you'd want your name to be quite prominent. Doesn't even I can't even remember the name. Well, I kind of put it out of my mind because I was already staying at Holiday Inn. But whatever that other hotel was, it was much more expensive than the choice of staying at Holiday Inn. I'm pretty sure that was due to proximity. It's pretty much, you would get the Thames River views depending on your room location, and you've got the O2 Arena right there. You just have to go down to a minute, depends how fast you walk, you would be at the O2 Arena. So as they say, location, location, location. So I could have stayed there, but it would have been much more expensive, and I was staying, was it about 3 nights or so? Okay, so yeah, location is to be considered if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express Greenwich, because it's really only connected by buses. It takes about 15 minutes walk, a leisurely walk from there to the O2 Arena, and also where North Greenwich, where Underground Station is located. So if you're not fussed about walking and you don't mind taking buses, yeah, that location's fine. I didn't know there was an Asian restaurant on the ground floor of the building, overall building, where the Holiday Inn was. I don't think they're affiliated with each other, because none of the staff in Holiday Inn made light of it. Even when I asked, I think by email and in person, if there was any places to eat around here, they mentioned how the bar of the hotel was open till such and such a time, and I saw over to the one side of the wall there was a grab and go section, which you saw, which I bought after the concert coming back from OMD. I bought Pringles and, you know, roasted peanuts and that kind of thing. But other than that, that immediate area of the Holiday Inn, there's no, unlike here in Budapest where I am, there's that Shopmark shopping centre, but unfortunately not in Greenwich, or in proximity to where the hotel was. I don't know why they didn't advertise that Chinese restaurant, or I'm assuming it's Chinese. Maybe they thought, how could you miss it? But it's not like immediately where you enter the hotel, unless you were looking in that direction, you wouldn't see it. So I definitely didn't know. But I tried another bus route, which I came back to the hotel from another direction, and I saw from the street, I guess from if you're driving, they want to, let drivers know there is, other than the hotel, there is a restaurant. And I was looking at the sign thinking, is this a mistake? Because I don't know that there's an Asian restaurant near here. Sorry, I just wondering what that thudding noise is. Okay. Yeah, so if I had have known that was there and I was, say, peckish, I mean, it's not likely to be a 24-hour restaurant, but I could have just gone downstairs to street level and got some takeaway, or even ate in. Anyway, I suppose, yeah, I take responsibility as well, because if you're staying somewhere, it's good to take a thorough look around in the immediate area. And right under my nose, I wasn't even aware there was a restaurant there. I didn't overhear any other hotel guests talk about it. It's kind of invisible, camouflaged. So yeah, factor that as well. So if you prone to need snacks, or you've got a family and your kids are saying, I'm hungry, yeah, they don't have room service as far as I know, although they have a restaurant for the breakfast buffet. Yeah, there's no, unlike here, again at the Budapest where I'm staying at this hotel at Ibis, there is that food outlet downstairs in the lobby, where you can order hot and cold food and proper meals, like I had the burger when my first night here. So yeah, I would say they're possible two downers for Holiday Inn Express in Greenwich: the location and just the immediate lack of facilities of a supermarket and that kind of thing. So again, I know O2 Arena but it's 15 minutes away walking, or you have to catch a bus if you want to bring a lot of groceries back with you. So yeah, just factor that in. Other than that, it did have a kettle and a coffee and tea station, unlike when I was arriving here at Budapest. There was no such thing. So far I've only been able to get tea bags. No one's given me any, or no one has. I said coffee and tea, but no one's given me coffee satchels. I know they're not as good as the real thing. If you want your true taste of coffee by a barista, it's only dried granules, but I wasn't even offered that, and I didn't bother asking anymore. I was kind of over it. So yeah, so the ups of staying at a Holiday Inn, it's a known brand like Ibis. It's a franchise, so you pretty much know what you're expecting. If you've stayed at Ibis or Holiday Inn before, you pretty much know what you're getting. Reception, as far as I know, was also 24 hours. Oh, by the way, reception is also on the first floor in the Holiday Inn, so there is lift access. But again, I don't know, if you just suddenly quickly needed to talk to someone about your booking, you'd have to go upstairs first. Yeah, just back on public transport regarding the Holiday Inn, if you don't mind taking buses, I do remember one colleague of mine who no longer works at my work. This is already, he resigned on his own accord. Maybe 12 years ago now. I do remember fondly he said about his trips to, so I think especially Europe, he said he doesn't like taking buses because you can't tell where they're going, meaning unless you do the research in Google, meaning he likes taking trams or trains because you can see the actual tracks and the stations that they're going past, and you exactly know where they're going. And obviously it's your fault if you've gone the wrong direction, but at least if you have, you can just go to the other side of the track or platform and go back the other way. But if you just choose to take a random bus, I mean, why would you? But yeah, just go buying the signage of the bus, the destination. If you've never been to that city before, even as well known as London, it's a huge sprawling populace and land. So just if I just see a bus that said Thamesmead or something, I wouldn't know where that is, firstly, off the top of my head, without checking. And then when I got on the bus, unless you're following it on the Google Maps with the little dot going along, you wouldn't necessarily think as it going to my destination or anywhere like that. So yeah, but if you're a bus rider and you're not fussed, you're thinking, yeah, that's public transport, what's the difference between a bus and a train or a tram? Then yes, there's a quite an extensive bus network around the Holiday Inn. But you might just have to do a bit of research to just make sure you take the right bus that goes in the right direction. None of the buses directly go past Holiday Inn, there's no actual bus stops as far as I could tell, like at the door of the hotel. So again, factor that if you've got lots of heavy luggage without wheels, possibly, or you're carrying bags without wheels, the nearest bus stops are, maybe just 5 minutes walk away, but there's no actual bus stops at the property of Holiday Inn. So again, factor that in. Ironically, it is surrounded also by major roads and a big roundabout, so factor that in. If you're a light sleeper, you might hear the traffic noise from your hotel room. Was that the positives? I guess it's connected by bus network, yeah. Just I'll pause a moment just to see what other positives I felt about the hotel. I guess the only other positive thing, which was positive, I didn't expect to get complimentary breakfast. I mean, it's probably factored into my bill, but I was just reminded breakfast is complimentary each day of my stay. Although I stayed 4 nights actually, I only had breakfast on 2 of the 4 nights, because one of the days you saw I did the video on I Pollicci, and I definitely wanted to try the breakfast of that iconic Italian-run, Italian slash, UK English breakfast. That's their reputation. I didn't have an English breakfast because you saw in the video, the people that I was sat with, one of the customers had a breakfast set, and I just couldn't have finished it. I know I could have asked for a container and taken it with me, but kind of semi-cold hot breakfast to have later, probably not a nice thing. There's no microwaves in either hotel I've stayed at so far. It's quite a rarity to have a microwave inside the hotel, inside your hotel room. So this is already getting towards 12-minute video. If I think of anything else, I'll add it in the description. But yeah, overall I was happy with Holiday Inn. It served my needs at the time, and I got to explore the local Greenwich area. Again, when I say local, I did need to take a bus. I considered walking, but again, it's a fair distance. I tend to underestimate maybe distances that look on a Google map compared to the actual reality of things. Such as here in Budapest, when I was considering, I'll just walk to the MVM Dome to Depeche Mode there and back, but no, definitely catching the metro was much, much faster and safer and quicker. If I had have considered walking there and back, I still would have been doing so with, I don't know, all the people that were leaving the arena. The train actually wasn't packed. I was expecting to be like squashed like a sardine can leaving Depeche Mode, but I filmed a short video there. You probably saw it, the one where the carriage has, interestingly, the number 666 to identify one particular carriage on the other side of the tracks, and that was quite populated with a lot of people. Very respectful. Everyone was not pushing each other and scrambling for the train like they might in other countries or cities. It was really good to see. Everyone was really respectful of their personal space and not behaving like a rowdy mob going like, yeah, let me get on the train, get out of the way. So yeah, so anyway, I've chewed up some time, which is good. I just gonna put the last loose items in my suitcase and my little shoulder bag, and yeah, check out soon-ish. So I'm going back to Shop Mart just to have some breakfast there, because as I said, I've got a lot of time to kill between actually heading to the actual Budapest airport. Let's just end off showing you the view. Yeah, nice to see some greenery. So yeah, when I arrive in London later this evening, the flight, as I said, leaves around 6 p.m. from Budapest. By the time I check in, it'll be a Premier Inn, another franchise, which is only in UK, I believe. I haven't heard of Premier Inn anywhere else around the world. Prove me wrong, please, by putting in the description, or in the comments. And that's located in Kensington, which the closest tube station is the nearest tube station to the hotel is Earl's Court, which is on my favourite underground line, which is the Piccadilly line, that goes directly to the airport. I know there's an Elizabeth line. Yes, Elizabeth line, which takes you to Waterloo, I believe, but that's not where my hotel is. So I know it's slower because Piccadilly line has a lot of stops along the way, but I'm used to the Piccadilly line from Heathrow to Earl's Court. So that might be a few videos away, but I'll give you my the usual room tour of my room at Premier Inn, and I'll be there pretty much the rest of the time until I depart on the 5th of April back to Melbourne via Singapore this time, not Dubai. Sorry, I'm going completely off track, giving you the whole itinerary. I won't say anything more about my London trip. You'll see them through my videos. Again, thank you for watching, long term, short term. People have just dropped in going, what is this person on about? Yes, let's pack up and check out and then continue with more videos to come. Ta-ta!